You are sabotaging your own happiness every single day without even realizing it is happening. Your brain has a hidden blueprint that decides who you love, how you work, and why you feel stuck in life. I am talking about your attachment style, which is the secret map your mind uses to navigate every relationship you have. Most people think their personality is just who they are, but it is actually a set of patterns learned a long time ago. In this video, I am going to show you how to find your specific style and how to fix the parts that are holding you back. If you have ever wondered why you keep dating the same person or why you are scared to ask for a promotion, this is for you. We are going to open up the hood of your mind and look at the wiring that makes you tick. By the end of this, you will have a clear plan to change your habits and finally grow into the person you want to be. Let's start with the gold standard of human connection, which is known as the secure attachment style. Imagine a woman named Maya who has been dating someone for 3 months and really likes him. One night, her partner tells her that he needs to cancel their dinner plans because he had a very stressful day at work. Maya does not get angry, and she does not sit by her phone wondering if he is secretly planning to break up with her. She simply says that she understands, tells him to get some rest, and then goes and enjoys a book by herself. This is because people with a secure style feel comfortable with closeness but also feel perfectly fine being on their own. They do not see a canceled dinner as a sign of a failing relationship because their internal foundation is solid and stable. In the workplace, Maya is the person who can take a piece of harsh criticism from her boss without feeling like a failure. She sees the feedback as a way to get better rather than a personal attack on her character or her intelligence. About 50% of the population has this style, and it acts like a massive head start in the race of life. Now, let's look at the second style, which is the anxious-preoccupied attachment, and this is where things start to get difficult. Imagine a guy named Dave who is in a similar relationship, but when his partner does not text back for 4 hours, he panics. Dave checks his phone every 2 minutes, scrolling back through their old messages to see if he said something wrong or offensive. His heart starts to beat faster, his palms get sweaty, and he feels a deep sense of dread in the pit of his stomach. This is because people with an anxious style are hyper-aware of every tiny shift in the mood of the people around them. They crave a high level of closeness and often feel like they care much more about others than others care about them. In a professional setting, Dave might be a people pleaser who works until 10 at night just because he is afraid his team will think he is lazy. He spends so much energy worrying about what people think of him that he has no energy left to actually focus on his own goals. This constant state of high alert keeps his nervous system on fire, making it almost impossible for him to take big risks. Then we have the third style, which is the dismissive-avoidant attachment, and this one looks very different on the outside. Think about a woman named Chloe who prides herself on being totally independent and never needing anyone for anything at all. When someone tries to get emotionally close to Chloe, she feels a strange sense of pressure, like she is being suffocated or trapped. She might suddenly stop answering texts or pick a fight over something small just to create some distance and breathe. To the world, Chloe looks like she has it all together, but she is actually using independence as a shield to protect herself. In her career, Chloe might be a high achiever, but she probably struggles to work on a team or delegate tasks to others. She thinks that if she wants something done right, she has to do it herself, which limits how high she can actually climb. Because she refuses to rely on anyone, she eventually hits a ceiling where her own 2 hands are not enough to carry the load. The fourth and rarest style is called fearful avoidant, and this is often described as having 1 foot on the gas and 1 on the brake. Imagine a person who desperately wants to be loved and held, but as soon as they get it, they become terrified of being hurt. This person might have had a very chaotic childhood where the people who were supposed to protect them were also the ones who scared them. They live in a constant state of internal conflict, wanting to run toward people and run away from them at the exact same time. In terms of personal growth, this style is like trying to drive a car with the emergency brake pulled up as high as it can go. You want to move forward, you want to succeed, but your fear of being seen or judged keeps you spinning your wheels in the dirt. Understanding which one of these sounds like you is the very first step to changing the trajectory of your entire life. If you do not know your style, you are basically trying to navigate a new city without a map or a compass. You will keep hitting the same dead ends and wondering why the scenery never changes even though you are walking so hard. The biggest problem with these insecure styles is that they act like an invisible tax on your time and your mental energy. Think about how many hours you have wasted wondering why someone didn't call or worrying if your boss is mad at you. That is time you could have spent learning a new skill, building a business, or simply enjoying the sunshine in the park. A secure person uses their relationships as a launch pad, while an insecure person uses them as a full-time job. When you have a secure base, you are willing to take risks because you know that if you fail, you have a soft place to land. If you are anxious or avoidant, every risk feels like a life or death situation because your self-worth is tied to the outcome. This is why secure people often make more money and have better health over the long run than people with other styles. They aren't smarter or luckier, they just aren't fighting a war inside their own heads every single hour of the day. Your attachment style usually starts in the first few years of your life based on how your parents or guardians treated you. If they were consistent and responsive to your cries, you likely developed a secure sense of the world as a safe place. If they were hot and cold, sometimes there and sometimes not, you might have developed that anxious need to keep checking in. If they were cold or distant, you probably learned that showing emotion was useless and that you had to take care of yourself. It is important to remember that this is not about blaming your parents for everything that is currently wrong in your life. Most parents are just doing the best they can with the tools they were given by their own parents, who were also flawed. This is about taking responsibility for the map you were handed and deciding if you want to draw a new one for yourself. The good news is that your brain is plastic, which means it can change and rewire itself even if you are 40 or 60 years old. Psychologists call this earned security, and it happens when you consciously work to change your reactions to the world. The first practical tip for those with an anxious style is to practice what I call the 20-minute pause. When you feel that urgent need to text someone for reassurance, set a timer on your phone and walk away from all electronics. During those 20 minutes, your job is to soothe your own nervous system rather than asking someone else to do it for you. Go for a quick walk, do some deep breathing, or just sit and notice the feeling of your feet on the cold floor. You will find that the peak of the panic usually passes after about 15 minutes, leaving you much more calm and rational. For the avoidant people out there, your challenge is to practice what is known as incremental vulnerability. You don't have to share your deepest secrets all at once, but try sharing one small, uncomfortable truth every single day. Tell a friend that you had a hard day, or tell a coworker that you are feeling a little overwhelmed with the current project. Each time you share a small piece of yourself and the world doesn't end, your brain learns that it is safe to be seen. You are slowly teaching your mind that connection is not a trap, but actually a source of strength and support. Another powerful tool for everyone is the fact versus feeling audit, which you should do whenever you feel triggered. Write down exactly what you are feeling, like I feel like my friend hates me because they didn't invite me to lunch. Then, write down the actual facts of the situation, such as my friend was busy today and forgot to check their messages. When you see the feelings and the facts side by side on a piece of paper, it is much easier to see which one is the truth. You should also try to surround yourself with secure people because stability is actually quite contagious. If you spend time with people who don't play games and who communicate clearly, you will start to copy those healthy habits. It is like learning a new language by moving to a country where everyone speaks it fluently every single day. Journaling is also a great way to rewrite the old stories you have been telling yourself since you were a little kid. Instead of saying I am too needy, try writing I am a person with valid emotional needs that deserve to be met. Instead of saying I am a loner, try writing I am learning how to trust people at a pace that feels safe for me. The more you practice these small shifts, the more your internal blueprint begins to change from gray to bright colors. Improving your attachment style will improve your health because you will have less cortisol and stress running through your veins. It will improve your wealth because you will be more confident in negotiations and less afraid of being told no. Most importantly, it will improve your happiness because you will finally feel at home in your own skin and your own life. This is a marathon and not a sprint, so please be kind to yourself as you navigate these very old and deep patterns. Some days you will feel totally secure, and other days you will feel like that scared little kid again, and that is okay. The goal is not to be perfect, but to be a little bit more aware today than you were when you woke up yesterday morning. You have the power to change your story and build a life filled with deep, meaningful, and lasting connections. If you want to keep diving deep into how your mind works, click the video on the screen right now to continue your journey.